Everybody, thanks for tuning in to All Things Division 3 Soccer. I am Simple Coach, and Jackie would have been right there, right? Just there in spirit. Thanks for tuning in today on this special episode. Little late, but still special episode in my mind, where I go through and determine the best 11 women's soccer players in Division 3 this past season. Granted, the list is like best 34, I think. But what I'll do is I'll end up outlining my best 11, the best top 11. So, but before I do that, I got to run through the rules because obviously, if you know Simple Coach, I don't do these things simply, tend to overly complicate them. So, what are those rules? So, to be on the list, the top 34 players in the United States. First rule is I had to have watched. At some point during the season, I had had to watch a game or multiple games and seen that player play. So there is a chance that you might be like, oh, this list is great, but you left out so-and-so, you left out so. There's a chance that I may not have watched them. Granted, I did watch on the women's side 200 to 300 games to one degree or another. So, but there's still teams that I did not get a chance to watch. Rule number 2. I actually tried to do the best I could to build this like a roster. I didn't just pick players to pick players. I actually tried to pick how many defenders would I have? How many midfielders would I have? How many? And actually tried to come up with a team. It's one of my things about the United Soccer Coaches All-Americans and all that, NCAAs and whatnot, is that they select. They just there is no rhyme or reason as to how they select the players. So, sometimes they have 5 defenders, sometimes they have 3, and so I actually tried to do. I'm building a roster of X number of players, and I'm going to identify the top 11 of those in a formation. So that was sort of my my method. The third rule is that really position didn't matter. Although they do obviously play a position on their team, but I really didn't look at, hey, I need to watch. I need to pick a player who is just a good right back. No, I said, okay, who's a back? And I basically chose them in that way. And then in my final roster, which I don't think applies in this one so much this year, I don't respect any position. So if there's an outside back that I think would be a great winger, I would put, and I decided they would be a wing. I'd put him as a winger. So, and then lastly, so number 4. In the big selection, 34, there are schools that are represented multiple times. Thinking off the top of my head, Johns Hopkins, right? In the best 11, so the final 11, the roster of 11 players that I would go and play, schools can only be represented once, which, let me tell you, is not so easy to do. When you're picking between 2 equally worthy players, how do you choose the one over the other? And usually I went down where would I want them more, right? Where would I want a player and where to have an impact based on my final 11 and whatnot. So it just made it really complicated that way. So all of those different factors led to this this best 33, 34 players in Division 3. So I'm going to start with that list. I'm just going to run through all the names, sort of their accolades, and then at the end, I will do my best 11 starting 11, and we'll go from there. All right. Hope you enjoy. Right. Here we go. So let us begin with the goalkeepers. And in this instance, I chose 5 goalkeepers, which I kind of usually hover around 4 or 5, it seems. So let me start with, again, really impressed with her, Sydney Connor of Wash U. She's first team All-American for the 2nd straight season. Obviously won the national championship. She's all region and a first team All UAA. And so she has the accolades, and she has like a .37 save percentage. So pretty ridiculous. And with 9 shutouts. So really, really like her, and was really impressed with her even in the final last year, which they lost. So next up, from Montclair State, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Solangi Bell, a freshman. Yes, a freshman. I am not, class does not matter to me. She earned all region 2nd team in her first season as a goalkeeper for Montclair. And she was also NJAC goalkeeper of the year and first team all NJAC. So pretty remarkable. Next up, a sophomore from Pomona Pitzer, Patricia De Palma. She's 2nd team All-American, first team All SCIAC, and she's pretty smart too because she made the academic teams, SCIAC, All-American, so all districts. So smart cookie as well. Next up, someone I was really impressed with, coming from Sewanee, the University of the South, Leah Atkins. Yes. 2nd team All Region, first team All SAA. And then I hope I say this right too, from St. Mary's of Maryland, Kylie Bland. 2nd team All Region, first team All United East. All the goalkeepers, these 5 really stood out to me. Okay, let's go to the defenders. These ones were kind of short. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I picked 8 defenders, which is kind of low. I usually try to aim for 10, but I ended up, I think, front loading on the number of forwards. So first up, I don't think there's any disputing this one. Ava Curtis from College of New Jersey, first team All-American. She was 3rd team in 2023, 4-time All NJAC. She's all region. And was named the NJAC Defender of the Year. So without a doubt. Next up, Lauren Davis from MIT, 2nd team All-American, first team All-Region, NUMAC Defensive Athlete of the Year. Pretty much a rock star for MIT. My 3rd defender from Johns Hopkins, Annie Isfording. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I apologize to Annie for that terrible pronunciation. She's a All-American, first team All-Region, first team All-Centennial Conference. She was the Defensive Player of the Year, and was one of the reasons why Johns Hopkins had the success it did this year. And then last year, she was 3rd team All-American. She was first team in 2022, 2022 Rookie of the Year. So pretty remarkable. Another player I was really impressed with starting back in the national championship last year is Cal Lutheran's Avery West. She's 3rd team All-American. She was SCIAC Defensive Athlete of the Year, first team All SCIAC and All Region. So just an incredible defender, as is from Amherst, Charlotte Wang. I think I said that. Wang? I don't know. Again, apologies. Fourth team All American. She was All NESCAC, and she's NESCAC Defender of the Year last year. And quite the smart cookie because she made one of the scholar teams. So it's pretty remarkable. Marjorie Plants from William Smith, another incredible defender. Second team All American, Liberty League Defensive Player of the Year, All Region First Team, All Liberty League. So quite the accolades, and pretty much a stalwart for William Smith. And again, a lot of these, I mean, just about everyone I mentioned pretty much anchors their team's defense and helps them succeed where otherwise they might not have. So just really like rocks back in the back line. So next up from Trinity in Tejas, Kylie Harris, first team All Region, SCAC Defensive Player of the Year, Newcomer of the Year. She's also All SCAC first team, freshman team. She was a freshman. Again, just remarkable first year as a freshman. And then lastly, on defense for Washington and Lee, Bryn Bissinger. She was ODAC Defensive Player of the Year, third team All American. I would say Washington and Lee was a little bit of a surprise for me on the women's side. So I would put a lot of that on her. So just a phenomenal player. And she's actually pretty good on both ends of the ball. She scored, I think, 4 goals or 5 assists and a goal. So she really can make things happen. All right, moving to the midfield. And here I have 2, 4, 6, 8 midfielders, which I'm going to start with the one that is a no-brainer in my mind, Christina Axelson. She is Division III All-American. She's third team, I think. Third team. Last year she was the Player of the Year. And first team All Region and all MAC, I think. Pretty remarkable, just a great midfielder. Actually fun to watch. I enjoy how she controls. She really does do a great job controlling the tempo of Messiah's attack. So next up, another one who I found to be quite impressive, Isabel Doherty at Catholic University. Catholic University. She was All Region, third team. She's been All Landmark. So she is a junior, and she's actually pretty smart as well. Academic All District. So academic, she's smart, smarter than me, that's for sure. Another anchor on the defensive side of in the midfield. So next up, another WashU national champion, Grace Ellert. She's Scholar of the Year, so she is smart. She's first team All UA, All Region, first team All American. She made the NCAA championship All Tournament team. She's pretty another. I mean, she's the type of player that drives a team to have the success that WashU had. I could possibly rank her as the best midfielder of the group as far as I'm concerned. But next up, Misericordia Julia Beck, second team All American, smart because she's a scholar, All-American as well. Mac Freedom, Offensive Player of the Year, and she's probably the one who put a lot on her shoulders to get Misericordia to win its 4th straight Mac Freedom title. Another College of New Jersey midfielder, Victoria D'Imperio. She's the bomb. Just say that. Second team All-American. She scores goals. I think she had 15 this year. She's 2-time NJAC Midfielder of the Year, All Region, and she was first team All NJAC. And she's just an incredible ball player. Next up from Christopher Newport, Ellie Cox, 3rd team All-American, 1st team All Region. Just an incredible midfield general. From the University of Scranton, Neam Healy, 1st team All-American, All Region, All Conference. She was the Landmark Conference Player of the Year. And she's smart too because she made academic teams, All-American. So I pick them, right? You can see I pick them. I pick great soccer players and smart ones. Hey, who knew? And then lastly, out in Wisconsin, Wisconsin Platteville midfielder Ariana Lombardi. She was All WIAC and 2nd team All Region. She had 11 goals and 15 assists. I mean, you got to give it to a midfielder if they get that many assists in the game. So, okay, and then lastly, which I definitely overpicked on the forward side, but let's do the forwards. I have 10 forwards. First up, another Sage Hen? Yeah, I think Pomona Pitzer, Hannah Hong, All-American 1st team, SCIAC Offensive Player of the Year, 1st team All SCIAC, and she's smart because she made an academic All-District team. From Suwannee again, Brianna Fee, 2nd team honors. She's 2-time SAA, Southern Athletic Association Offensive Player of the Year, 2-time All Region, 2-time 1st team All SAA. She's tournament MVP. I mean, she does it all, and she's smart because she made academic teams. I don't even know these guys. The College Sports Communicators Academic All-District honoree. So next up, another one where I'm just like this. She's a baller. Johns Hopkins, Katie Sullivan. This is 4-time All-American. 2024 Centennial Conference Offensive Player of the Year. She scored 19 goals and had 8 assists. I think it's like one of the top goals in a season. The goal scoring machine for sure. Next up, Ava Gizzy from Swarthmore, 1st team All Region and All Centennial 1st team selection. Another Amherst Mammoth. Since I started seeing her a few years ago, I really like her. Really dynamic forward. Patience Coombe from Amherst, 1st team All Region. Had 6 goals, 8 assists. She's been NESCAC Player of the Year, 1st team All NESCAC, All Region, All New England. So pretty remarkable career for her. And as always, I've been a fan for a number of years. So along with this player, Christopher Newport's Hannah Heaton, first team All-American, first team All-Region. She's a Coast to Coast Athletic Conference Offensive Player of the Year. And first team All CTC selection. So all Coast to Coast Conference selection. So pretty another, again, Coach Gunderson down there. I don't know where he gets these players, but another remarkable Christopher Newport general. Next up, I keep going down this list thinking, oh, I can't top that one. I can't top that one. And I keep thinking, oh my gosh, another incredible player from Tufts, a jumbo, LC Ayers, NESCAC Player of the Year, first team All NESCAC, All Region, second team All American. Yeah. Machine for the jumbos. Just like University of Hartford's Imani Jenkins. Really impressed with her. First time 2 years ago, I actually referenced her in one of these podcasts. I was like, watch out for her. Just when as well with University of Hartford, which I think they will be a force to reckon with as they sort of get acclimated into Division III and whatnot. So she is all ECAC first team, third team All-American. She's all region. She's the Conference of New England Offensive Player of the Year. She's all conference, and she's smart too because she made an academic all district selection. So just another incredible forward. As is this one, who, again, I mean, the whole program amazed me this year because they went undefeatable for the season. Loras College's Savannah Johnson, third team All-American, first team All-Region, and she's an all-conference, American Rivers Conference, all-conference selection. So she was quite the baller. Probably should have known. I'll see if I'll do the notes again, add my notes and add the goals they scored because some of these girls just rocked it. Like North Central's Ella Sutter. Third team All-American, first team All-Region. Student Athlete of the Year for the CCIW. Shows she's smart. First team All-CCIW. She set a program record for points in a single season and set a program record in career assists. So, yeah, she can play. This one was interesting. And I watched her a few times. I couldn't believe how when I did the research. So I'm going with the leading scorer of Division III, Emmanuel Sarah Dulligan. She scored 45 goals in a season. Under any circumstance, that is very, very difficult. She was fourth-team All-American, GNAC Player of the Year, Tournament MVP, All-Conference. She's like the first. She's the first All-American that Emmanuel's ever had. You have to have something special in front of goal if you're going to score 45 goals in a season. So, which leads me lastly to another out of Tejas, Trinity's Michaela Bosco, fourth team All-American, All-Region. She was all SCAC first team. She's the SCAC tournament offensive most valuable player in the year. I mentioned the all selection. Yeah. So another remarkable forward who I think you have any one of those on your team, you have something that nobody else has more than likely. So just a remarkable bunch of ball players, goal scorers. So. All right. So with that, now that I've listed out all 34 of the top women's soccer players in Division III, it is now time to unveil the best 11. So if it were up to me and I was having to sit and come up with the 11 best ball players, keeping in mind that only one player per school can be represented. So I can't have two players from the same school. And actually construct this like I would a real roster. Man. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Let's move on to the best 11. So if with my roster completed, I'm going to choose a starting lineup based on sort of the rules I talked about. Remember, no school can be represented more than once. And I'm trying to build a real roster, a real starting 11. This is who I would go with. So, starting goalkeeper, without a doubt, Sydney Connor, WashU. I mean, she only allowed 7 goals this season on her way to the national championship. At left back, and I think she's largely responsible for their success, MIT's defender Lauren Davis. At right back, and I could have used her as a winger, to be honest with you, is Cal Lutheran's Avery West. Pretty. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? Like, so far, I mean, come on. At center back, and I think this is on the weight of her game against Tufts, but Charlotte Wang of Amherst. And pairing with her, yes, a freshman at center back, Trinity defender Kylie Harris. Now, onto the midfield, which I look at this and I'm like, holy smokes, could you imagine just having these 3 midfielders, that you going up against these 3 midfielders? I mean, I think I would be like really nervous. Let's start with right mid. I don't think there's any doubt here either. College of New Jersey's Victoria D'Imperio. What a rock star in the NJAC, that's for sure. At left mid, and I've been a fan of hers for a number of years, Christopher Newport's Ellie Cox. And then in the center, again, without a doubt, I'm sorry, I just can't, like, I'm just a huge fan. Messiah's Christina Axelson. So on the left, Ellie Cox. On the right, Victoria D'Imperio. And in the middle, Christina Axelson. And now imagine you're going up against this team and you see that you have a back line that's going to be seemingly impossible to get through, a midfield that is going to go around you, through you, however, which way they like. And then you have these 3 forwards up against you. And on the left wing, Hannah Hong of Pomona Pitzer. Yeah. Right. Look at that. Look where we could cause you harm. On the right, North Central's Ella Suter. I think I got that right. And then in the middle, like, as much as of a contrarian I sometimes like to be and pick players who might be off the beaten path, I mean, you can't get away from the player of the year. She's player of the year for a reason. Katie Sullivan of Johns Hopkins. So, again, to repeat, starting 11 in goals, Sydney Connor, WashU. Left back, Lauren Davis, MIT. right back, Cal Lutheran's Avery West. In the midfield, in the back line, Charlotte Huang from Amherst and Kylie Harris from Trinity. In the midfield, on the left, Ellie Cox. On the right, Victoria D'Imperio. And in the center, Christina Axelson. And then up top, there's a bunch of rock stars. Left wing, Pomona Pitzer's Hannah Hong. Right wing, Ella Suter from North Central. And then the 2024 Player of the Year, Johns Hopkins center forward, Katie Sullivan. All right, so that covers it. That does it for my 2024 best 11, 33, 34 women's players in Division III soccer. Hope you enjoyed it. If you opine differently or I missed, which I can totally say, yes, maybe I missed, but comment down below, shoot me an email. You know the drill. I am more than willing to even take a look at other players. Like I said, I tried to watch as many games as I could, but I can't watch everybody. So, yeah. And so that covers it. That's my 2024. I'm wrapped up there. Going forward, you'll see a lot of interviews. I'll probably be doing a lot more. I'm hoping Injured Time. I have some pretty cool interviews coming up, a little bit different off the beaten path. And I do have some interesting coaching interviews coming up. So be on the lookout. Hit the subscribe, the alert, the bell thing to be alerted when new content comes out. But hope we have a rockin' 2025. And yeah, congratulations to everyone who made the prestigious best 11 or 33, 34 players. All right. Talk soon. Bye.